So, there's this rumor going around that Sonic 4 could be potentially the last movie of the Sonic saga, and there are a few spin offs in the works. I want to talk to you guys in this video about if that hypothetical is true and how they can conclude this saga in the movie and spin offs that they're doing. So, first off, let's say this is entirely a rumor. This entire video is just a hypothetical what if and what I would like to see if that is a what if. So, this entire video, I'm talking about a rumor, so take this video as a grain of salt. And there could be more Sonic movies past 4. Hopefully, that is what I am hoping for. I'm just talking about what I would want if it is. So, from what I am seeing from the concept art of Sonic 3, it was showing Eggman with a Metal Sonic, and he seemed to be like this Emperor Eggman in this dystopian future. And it seemed like a weird thing to incorporate into Sonic 3. It just did not seem to fit anywhere, really. And it could be a thing they're going with the future. And I also saw a theory that Sonic this is going to spoil Sonic 3's post-credit scenes. So, if you have not seen it, click off. So, he races, and he gets way past his friends, and I believe he ended up in New York, the state, and then he encounters a bunch of Metal Sonics, and Amy Rose defeats them. I saw a theory that he could have traveled to the future. Possibly. And he's in the future with Amy, and that's sort of where Sonic 4 picks up. So, that is what people are theorizing. If this is true, and this is the final movie, they're bringing in Amy and Metal Sonic. Who would be behind the Metal Sonics? It very well could be an Emperor Eggman, possibly. I don't know much about Metal Sonic to really say. I think he was created by Eggman to stop Sonic. That's how I've always saw him. So, let's talk about the wants I want out of this universe going forward. I want them to bring in Silver. He's a character I really want to have in the universe. And them to just be friends in Team Sonic. I don't like Amy, Sonic, Knuckles, and Tails. Shadow and Silver could be like on the outskirts of just, they're allies, they're acquaintances. That's how Sonic 3 seemed to end for me. Right now they think Shadow is dead, but he's still out there. The post-credit scene showed that he's still alive. Thank goodness, I was so scared they killed him off. But I think it's going to be, if he is in the future, Sonic with Amy, the movie's going to tie heavily around those two, going against Metal Sonic, and potentially fighting an evil Emperor Eggman. Possibly. But where's Knuckles and Tails in this? My theory, it could be that they go back to the past and they fight Emperor Eggman, defeating evil once and for all. That seems to be a very abridged version. I'm going to let them cook with that. If that is just the general outline of how Sonic 4 would go, with fighting Metal Sonics, and then Team Sonic getting back together and assembling while Sonic and Amy are together, it seems like it would be a fine conclusion, but there's still much more to be desired from this universe that I want. So that will lead to the spin-offs, and what I would want with those spin-offs. So, a few spin-offs are supposedly in the works. Movie or show, I don't know. The number one on my wish list will be Shadow and Silver. If they're incorporating time travel, a way they can fit Shadow into the story is to have Silver come in. I feel like Shadow and Silver could or their duo would make for a pretty great show, seeing how they would get along and just seeing that, and then they're able to leap into Sonic 4 if it is a time travel story, because Silver's from the future. So that could sort of build to them joining up with Sonic and Amy if they are in the future. And if time travel is a big part of this movie. So what the plot and outline would be for Shadow and Silver, I don't really know. I just think it would just have to lead to Sonic 4. And with the other few spin-offs, I was really unsure of what they could do. There are plenty of Sonic characters out there. They're ones I'm not really the most familiar with, like Vector or Blaze, or I think his name was Memphis. I don't know. But the primary characters I know for a fact that I've wanted in these movies was Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, Amy, Shadow, Silver. I got all of these characters except Silver so far in Metal Sonic, and I'm willing for them to bring in more characters, but if they have to wrap up the story in the fourth movie, it'd be very hard to incorporate all the Sonic characters. So I'd rather them primarily focus on those 7 furry friends, one of them being Metal, and just conclude the series that way. That's what I would think. That's how I would want the Sonic universe to end, if Sonic 4 is the last one. And with them releasing the title look, the 4 is pink, so obviously the movie has to have a huge focus on Amy. And that would mean it's kind of hard to incorporate another hedgehog like Silver. I don't think Silver is I think Silver's an antagonist, but I don't see him being a Metal Sonic creator. He could be teaming up with Eggman, but I don't know. If Emperor Eggman is the one who created Metal Sonic and the rest of them, I think they can do like a Terminator route of the Metal Sonics are coming to take out Sonic and friends, or to get like his hair or something. Ooh, theory. Okay. Emperor Eggman, however he's around, I have no idea. Silver is around 200 years in the future. Long time. Eggman would not be around. So, what if a descendant of Eggman or something, I don't know how or what to do, just incorporate Eggman somewhere, or a completely different villain who creates Metal Sonic. He wants Silver's hair, and they create Metal Sonic and a bunch of them to go back into the past to take out Sonic, to get his powers, possibly. That's a theory. If they want to complete this whole series with the fourth one, they have a lot that I want on my Sonic wish list. They would have to cram into Sonic 4, and it would be pretty difficult and just overstuffing, I think, to throw it all complete it that way. I think they should just keep going with the series personally, at least make it to 6 or something, and just bring in each character along the way. And let's say people were excited when Shadow came up in the Sonic 2 post-credit scene. I lost my mind when I saw that. And then they did the same thing with Metal Sonic and Amy, so they're upping the anticipation. People have been waiting for Amy forever. So the next character I want is Silver. I want to see Silver in the Sonic universe. So I think if Sonic 4 is the last one, have a Shadow and a Silver spin-off series. Maybe a Knuckles Season 2 or a Tails show, where they're in the past and Sonic's in the future. That's an idea, but I don't really know who else could hold a standalone series. especially if it's a character that's not as well known. Like if they wanted to bring in Vector or Blaze and give them their own spin-offs, I feel like that would be kind of out of nowhere and would not gain as much interest for the general audience and just Sonic fans in general. If you're a diehard Sonic fan, you'll definitely watch it. They seem to know what they're doing, but they don't want to also oversaturate this universe by having spin-off. I would, if they wanted to bring in Silver and prepare him for the final one in Sonic 4, have him come with Shadow in his own spin-off, and give more with Shadow, because that's something I want. So him and Silver would be great. Just don't create a spin-off of Silver from a show. You know what I'm getting at? Like how Marvel put Echo after Hawkeye. You know what I mean? Don't oversaturate it. Sometimes, that's what I'm trying to say. It would be a great idea to keep the series going, but that's just me talking. But if they have to wrap it up in Sonic 4, they have to do what they gotta do. I'm just hoping these spin-offs could bring in what I want, at least, to build more hype and bring in more of my favorite Sonic characters. Because they already got a big majority of the whole Team Sonic gang. So seeing that's awesome. I just want Silver. He's a character I definitely want. And just getting to know Amy more as a character, which she's going to be a big part of Sonic 4. But that's in a few years. Right now we have a few years of just growth and anticipation for Sonic 4. We'll see what happens, how things develop over time. Right now, Sonic 3 just came out last month. So there's that. I just wanted to just ramble with you guys on like what they could do if they had to wrap up Sonic 4 in the whole universe in this final film, if that is the case. Again, this is entirely a rumor. Don't take my word for it. Don't take the Scooper's word for it. It is all hypothetical. So I hope they continue going with the series because it's amazing.